So, who do we have tonight pumping and thumping and plotting the course? Well, from pole position, I am Christopher Short. Crossing the yard of bricks for the very first time, we have Naaim Siddiqi. From the spotter's nest at turn 3, it's Eric Kohen. And finally, our one-person snake pit, Katie Dessi. All right, AJ. Once again, we've reached the end of my scripted part. What's our first question for the night?
Oh, we have questions. I always forget that part of my job for the night. Question number 1. The guys behind I'm Too Sexy have co-writing credit on what 2017 Taylor Swift diss track?
They're like all diss tracks.
Yeah, that's all she does is diss.
She has a lot of people she does not like.
The media, everybody she's ever dated, every friend she's ever had.
When the friends that she has come and go, it's very difficult to keep track. This could literally be any single song ever.
Well, only from the 2017 releases.
I have no idea when they came out.
Well,
for me, from my point of view, it could be any Taylor Swift song ever.
2017, well, I think that's like, well,
it can't be one of the country ones, right? Because that's got to be way early.
Right.
But she just re-released all the country ones. Maybe she's been tripling them.
But that was 2020 and 2021.
It was not 2017.
I don't have a calendar.
Yeah.
We're
living in 2021.
You are.
Unfortunately.
Anyway. Yeah. All right. Well, first of all, so the guys behind I'm Too Sexy, are we not, we're talking about the people who wrote I'm Too Sexy? Because that could be anybody.
Right said Fred.
Or are we talking about, did Right
Max
Said Fred
something?
write the song? I don't know if they wrote it or not.
Is it Max?
It could be Max Martin. He does write everything.
I just can't remember his name.
His stuff is better than that. 2017. So I know a little something about the Taylor Swift discography, just because 1989 was the year of my divorce. That was my divorce album, you guys. I'm so glad that we get to bring that up just right off the bat. So I know what year that came out. It was.
When did We Are Never Ever Ever Getting Back Together come out?
That was
on Red. So that would have been like 2011 or so.
Yeah. So 2017, I think, is Reputation.
Reputation. Yeah.
And
was that Bad Blood?
The lead single, no, Bad Blood was on 1989. The lead single from Reputation was Look What You Made Me Do.
Look What You Made Me Do, yeah. Look What You Made Me Do.
That one was one of the worst things I have ever heard in my life. It was so bad.
It's the horrible diss track that then prompted Katy Perry to make the even worse diss track, Swish Swish. And it was the most embarrassing exchange.
That sounds like a Scope campaign ad.
All right, folks, time is
the only thing more embarrassing is the 40-year-old man who knows all of this.
I wasn't going to say that because he writes our checks.
Oh yeah. All right, your time is up. What is your final answer?
Guys, it's not that sad. It's just my divorce.
It's Look What You Made Me Do. The answer is Look What You Made Me Do.
Is it really not Bad Blood?
It is not Bad Blood. It is, in fact, Look What You Made Me Do. Yes. Chat shit the bed on that one right out of the gate by going for Bad Blood.
In your face, chat. That's what you get for not being divorced and having probably happy lives. That is because everyone
else forgot that song existed because it was that god-awful.
Isn't Bad Blood also about Katy Perry, though?
But they all work. She hates the woman. But
then they got back. They became friends again on the
guys. It's only a 90-minute show. Let's keep going, AJ.
Yeah, but there's a
question number 2. Just sorry, Katie. I don't mean to talk over you, but I've been told by my boss what to do. Question number 2. In 2019, Denver decriminalized what drug that you can literally grow in your backyard?
Foot fungus.
You would have to be.
You have a great foot fungus tree in your backyard?
Yeah.
You sit in the backyard, you dip your foot in the pool, you let it mold over. I've got some shit on my toenails. That's all I'm saying. That's a little bit going on down there. I asked what the smell was earlier.
Thank you. So Kate has identified the smell, but does she know the answer to this question? I mean, there's like some pretty obvious neg bait here that is just like super duper wrong, right?
Right. Because it's
I could think of two things that you could actually grow, because you can't grow cocaine, can you?
You like make it in a lab from the ground, yes.
You make meth at Walmart.
Right. Yeah. In Missouri, actually, make meth in Missouri.
No, like that was the thing. There was some guy that was busted. He had been squatting in a Walmart and was making meth in the Walmart camping section with stuff that he stole from Walmart.
You know what? That's that guy is an innovator. He's an innovator.
It's like it's open.
Instead of having to leave the Walmart to make the meth, you make it right in the Walmart.
No, like they're open 24 hours. So if someone starts to get suspicious, you just like walk away and no one thinks you look out of place as a meth.
And you're selling the meth in the Walmart parking lot anyway. So it's like a win-win-win. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Probably to the employees who turned the blind eye to your entire operation.
It's brilliant.
I am not sure that we're any closer to an answer to this question.
There's a question we were supposed to answer.
I'm pretty sure it's mushrooms.
So I was going to go pot.
Oh,
you know what? No, it's not pot, because pot has been legalized in Colorado for a while.
But mushrooms just big. Do you grow those intentionally? I thought that was a fungus that just kind of showed up.
Yeah, I
mean, the same could be said for literally any plant.
Well, that is a fair point. Yeah,
I don't know how this works.
I'm unclear on how exactly you grow mushrooms. I think you probably spread some spores around or some shit. Like it's not.
You could put them on your foot, then, right? Could you put the spore on your foot?
Grow mushrooms on your foot?
Could you?
Oh, shitfoot Katie, what is your final answer?
Do I get to wait? I get to answer. I'm going meth.
You can't grow meth.
No, it's not meth.
Walmart has a gardening center.
Mushrooms, final answer.
I think shrooms are a pretty good answer.
Make most sense.
All right, most of you have gotten that correct with shrooms, magic mushrooms, or what's in the script. The audience went 60% in favor of mushrooms on that, with a little bit of people not realizing how long pot has been legal in Denver.
Yeah, I'd have gone pot, honestly.
60% of the chat is on shrooms right now.
I just learned you could grow them. I had no idea that was something you intentionally did.
Well, yeah, I mean, the question said you can grow them. I don't know.
Well, that's why I was
like, didn't say intentionally.
It doesn't mean you're intentionally growing them. Yeah, because they could just show up and suddenly they're growing in your backyard.
Damn, there are magic mushrooms in my backyard. All right. That was my favorite play set when I was a child. Let's do question 3, shall we?
Question number 3. A 1993 lawsuit against Frito-Lay alleged that what brand of chips shredded a dude's esophagus?
That's fun.
Is this before or after Bush choked on the Fritos?
Chips.
Yeah. You know who shredded my esophagus in 1993 was Mike McReady from Pearl Jam. That guy wailed.
Well, and what were you doing to him that he shredded your esophagus, sir?
No, it's just like, like a 5-minute guitar solo. God, good.
Oh, it's not what that was not the shredding mechanism I assumed was in play.
I had already had my face seen and rocked by Bon Jovi a few years earlier.
Bon Jovi.
I was one of the famous million.
I mean, the problem is that literally any chip could rip your esophagus to shreds.
If you don't know how to chew. Yeah.
No, I mean, this is a true story. You can ask Christopher. I got a fingernail lodged in my throat earlier this summer, and like, he's laughing because it happened.
She was actually still trying to digest her fetal twin. Is what happened.
Yeah. No, so any like I have an issue. Chips constantly get stuck in my throat. I've had potato chips, popcorn, Cheetos, tortilla chips, like all of them. Doritos.
Narrow throat Dessi is what we call her.
Maybe you should just grind them down to dust before and then just like drink them like a powder.
No, chips hurt.
Like a protein powder.
So, I mean, we can go through the list of brands of chips that Frito-Lay owns, right? So there's like Sun Chips, which might not have even been around yet in 93. You got like Cheetos and Fritos. You've got like Ruffles.
Ruffles have ridges, so I think
you're right. Maybe Ruffles aren't, because there's also Wavy Lays, which is a different thing.
No, they do own Ruffles.
Well, it's Frito-Lay.
Yeah.
They own Doritos though, don't they? I think it's Doritos.
Yeah, I don't think they own. I don't think they own Ruffle.
1993 was prime time for like Dorito life. I do remember that.
Yeah,
Isn't that when Taco
That
Bell
was the
was
year
making?
of Cool Ranching.
Many a days that afternoons spent eating Doritos and playing A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
1993, by the way, the year I was born. So
It's also a triangle.
And now I hate you.
Yeah.
And now I feel fucking old, so thank you very much. What is your final answer, panelists?
I buy Dorito. I don't think
I
Ruffles
want to
was
say
Frito-Lay.
specifically Cool Ranch Doritos.
Let's be less specific.
let's be less specific and just say Doritos.
If they make us be specific, we will. But we're going to start out with Dorito.
Doritos is 100% correct.
Very
The
nice.
chat only came in at 50% with Doritos, also torn between Tostitos and jagged edged Ruffles.
This is what I love so far, is that the chat, clearly what happened was they got used to like opera and Bible questions, and now we're throwing them like, hoi polloi shit, and they don't know what to do with it, which is great. So thank you, cultured chatters, for finally taking it easy on us this week so far. I already lost count. Do we have one more before the break, AJ?
We have one more question before we go to break. Question number 4. Bruce Lee was born in 1940, which on the Chinese zodiac was aptly the year of the what?
So there's 12 animals. I was the year of the cock.
That feels appropriate.
Just a fact. That's just true.
And Bruce Lee was born 53 years before you, apparently.
Yep.
Work backwards from there. We got a
Basically.
minute and 48 seconds.
Yeah, we can do that.
I know there was a pig. I think that was last year, just because Overwatch had pig recently.
You know what they need, Eric? They need the year of the koala. I think that you would sign that. You would sign that petition with me, right?
The Chinese
Koalas
are
are
smarter
majestic,
than that, okay?
majestic animals.
Let's not disparage the Chinese by associating them with koalas.
Yeah, but they have picked the panda, which might actually be a lazier animal than the koala.
But they don't have chlamydia, though. I mean,
Yeah.
at least there's that.
No, because they don't have sex. You have to have sex to get chlamydia,
Oh,
and pandas
fair point.
notoriously refuse to boink.
That's fair point.
I think that is at the heart
I'm sorry,
of the
we're
panda
also
problem.
disparaging asexual people already?
Wow.
We're question 4, and we've already insulted
Unbelievable.
Asian American populations and asexuals. This is great.
Only the asexual
Tune in
pandas.
next week.
Just
We're gonna
FYI, I
insult
stand
you
with
one way or the
the,
other.
with the asexual panda population.
Hang on, didn't you specifically kicked off the last one just shitting all over Florida and I think Alabama?
Oh, no, they don't count.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not people.
As long as we're on the
Yikes.
same page.
All right, so the animals that actually do belong to the Chinese zodiac. We do have the
Pig.
cock and the horse and the pig and the
Ox
ox. Sure. Yeah.
And the dragon.
and the dragon. Yeah.
Oh, now
Is
that's
there a
something.
crow?
Yeah.
Because that actually is what I would assume.
I believe that I have heard of a film.
It was
with Bruce Lee's
Brandon
called-
Lee on the crow, but yes, Bruce Lee.
Wasn't
Year of
it?
the dragon?
They are
Wasn't it-
related.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
Wasn't it his dad first?
Yes, but he died, I think, on Enter the Dragon or like Way of the Dragon or something, which makes
Yeah,
more
no, it
sense.
was-
So I
yeah,
thought that Bruce Lee was in the
Game
first
of Death.
crow and that his son replaced him when he died, and then his son also died.
You think
No.
the crow killed both Lees?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
They both died.
That would be a great fun fact.
No,
That would
there
be
there
an
was like
incredible
a
piece of
30-year
trivia.
gap between those things happening.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was just, but it's the same like kind of accident, right? Anyway,
Dragon.
I like dragon.
I'm still going crow.
That's not a thing.
I'm gonna write my
That's
dissenting
not a
opinion.
that's not
Katie's
a thing.
still
Katie.
making her
Crow's
way-
not even one
Katie's
of
still
the
It was
making her way
it was
through
dragon.
Creek.
It was dragon. As a matter
I was
of
convinced
fact,
it was crow. I was convinced it was a crow.
Well, Katie is going to eat crow during our first commercial break. See what I did there? That's a segue, you guys. That's some professional shit. Don't go anywhere. We got more of this show coming right around the corner. Hey, everybody. We're back home again. That technically correct. The Geeks Can Drink panel show. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to do one more 500 joke. Remember, you can join in on the fun every time AJ asks a question. You'll have 1 minute to type an exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then your answer from the multiple choice options that we give you in the chat. AJ, what's our next question?
our next question Despite being funny and relatable, the original Addams Family cartoons ran in what magazine?
Yikes. That's some
I thought
shade.
that the original cartoons ran on a TV.
Cartoon can be.
Yeah.
Can be.
I didn't know it was a cartoon. I didn't know it was even a cartoon.
Yeah, originally, I mean, Adams.
Chaz Adams.
Did it start out a kid?
Yeah,
Would it start out
yeah.
kid or adult?
Well, that will be an important question to answer as we consider the main question, right? Although the number
Funny
of,
and relatable is a hint of some sort.
yeah, an unrelatable mag. But I mean, to be fair, like any children's magazine is going to be unrelatable for me.
Sure, because you haven't been a child in 75 years.
Oh, so what? I don't.
I'd like to think of like highlights for children. Being
The
like,
highlights is what I was thinking.
yes, this is what we need.
No, highlights is what I was thinking. But the
Right
point
next to
is
Goofus and
made.
Gallant.
See, now we know it's definitely wrong.
Goofus and Gallant and Morticia and yeah.
No. What are magazine titles that have something that's like not a title that makes it sound not funny and also not relatable?
I know the answer. It's the New Yorker. There is nothing that is unrelatable to most of the American public than anything featured in New Yorker magazine.
I mean, that makes sense.
New Yorker, which still puts the
Don't they do Norman Rockwell?
No, that was Saturday Evening Post, and also he's been dead for many years. But so has Adams, for that matter.
Oh, is it
Charles.
somebody else?
We said it was Charles Adams. Chaz
Adams.
Chaz Adams. New Yorker, which still puts the two dots over the second vowel in a diphthong, which is
Really?
I think really nice. Yeah, they sure do. Preeminent.
Is that actually the answer? The title? I mean, is it just because New Yorkers don't have a sense of humor? Like they're grumpy on the subway?
No, it's because the New Yorker is the snootiest.
Oh, just the magazine
in the world.
itself is.
Yeah.
That's
No, but which makes
I
sense.
didn't know that was a reputation it had.
Yeah, it's for uppity people.
That's because you never read it, right?
No.
And why would you? It's
I don't read. That's why I didn't read it.
Well, that also would hold you back.
Never
Time is up. What is your final answer, panelists?
That's why you thought cartoons were only on TV. It all makes perfect sense now. I like New Yorker. Said no one ever.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir. It is the New Yorker. Chat also got that correct 100%. They're only 1 point behind the panel for the first half of the show.
Do they have any options other than New Yorker?
Yeah, several.
A New Jerseyer.
New York too, even New Yorker. All right. Let's do another question. Why not?
That movie stars Kurt Russell.
All right, this is the question that I have loved the most reading today's script. The term glory hole comes from a secondary furnace used in what art?
First of all, this question is false because the term glory hole comes from the 1989 film Glory.
That movie, I should
watching
see it. That
Matthew
is not what I
Broderick?
thought it was about.
Matthew Broderick, I believe, invented the glory hole. That is my hypothesis, which
Makes
I'm going to
sense.
defend to the death.
That's how he ran over that family. He was just trying to get to the glory hole.
All of a sudden, I'm interested in
Oh,
this.
too soon.
It's a through line. It's a through line from Ferris Bueller to
What is
to Glory.
Okay, hang on. I have a lot of issues with this question. First off, who needs more than one furnace in their house? Second off, like what?
Jesus Christ.
So,
Did you not watch 6 Feet Under?
No.
is that an art? I guess it kind of is. The funeral arts.
Yeah, it's
I say, but second off, what does the Mona Lisa need fire to be seen? I don't understand this question at all.
No, that's probably going to be a hint to the
Like,
answer.
is it
that you're
Monet?
asking, right?
Like water lily? I don't understand this question. I still don't know.
I don't even know where you're approaching this question from right now.
The words in it. It's a secondary furnace. So someone has two furnaces, and it wants to know what piece of art. So none of this makes sense to me.
No.
Now the word piece does not appear in this question.
What kind
We're
of
looking
art?
what kind of art? But
So
medium.
there's an art in which you need fire.
Oh, so that's why I said 6 feet under, mortuaryism.
I'm pretty confident it's glass blowing.
Well, I would go kiln. Kiln is a fire pit that you use to make
like
pots.
ceramics.
Kiln's the name of it. Ceramics is what I was thinking with glass
but
blowing.
you
also
blow, but you blow like you do in a glory hole.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, glass blowing I think makes sense.
You blow.
Can we have the same answer, but just tell everyone we're not using that logic to get there?
I mean, if you think about it, you're holding something like this and just putting it right to your mouth. That's pretty glory holy to me.
I gotta, by the way, glass blowing is also at least my second or third favorite pornographic film scored by Philip Glass.
Word blowing right there in it.
Now I got to know what the other ones are, right? Christopher. That is your time, panelists. What is your final answer?
Koyaanisqatsi, which was like a Scheisse film.
Are we going with glass blowing or ceramics?
Wow. And that was the point that technically correct got canceled.
Katie, I think...
What else would it be?
Welcome all sorts of people to listen to our Koyaanisqatsi jokes. We really understand what the people want here at Geeks Who Drink.
He's talking about scat porn. I can talk about blowing glass and other things that have holes.
Speaking of, is that your final answer?
I think that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glass blowing is in fact correct. Katie took the long way around, but she got there.
Oh my goodness.
I still don't understand why you need two furnaces to do that. I'll be very honest with you. But
well, now you can go enroll in a glass blowing class and you'll learn for yourself and will enrich your life through.
I'm going to go and be like, where's the glory hole? That is going to be my very first question.
And then we'll eat a bunch of magic mushrooms and watch Koyaanisqatsi again because that shit's trippy. All right.
I mean, I'm not saying I didn't do that in college.
Right? Exactly. It's a rite of passage. All right. Let's question 7. Question 7's coming up.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Question number 7. Rolling up giant trash balls for the king of all cosmos. That's the gist of what video game series?
I know exactly what this is because I missed out on a fucking poster from Mondo that was released today based on that game. Sold out in less than fucking 5 minutes. If anyone watching this is associated with the company Mondo, go fuck yourself.
Okay, so
I'm not even going to ask for a poster. That's the wrong direction to go.
No,
I got a free poster, maybe.
So every year at Halloween, this is the group costume that I keep trying to convince my friends to do. I want to get one of those giant inflatable balls. I want to get in the ball. I want to attach spikes to the ball, and I want to do the Halloween.
This deflates the ball.
No. They'll be on the outside, not the inside. I can attach them from the outside, and I want them to just roll me down Westheimer during the Halloween pub crawl and pick up all the trash.
You know, this also, this reminds me of one of my other favorite game series and ill-loved of late, which would be Super Monkey Ball. That game fucking ruled too.
I don't know.
I am completely down with this Bandai Namco classic that we're not discussing while we wait for the chat to put down their wrong answers. And these are two of my favorite
knows
game
this.
series.
This is anyone on Twitch knows this answer.
Probably so, but I don't know. These are the people who are all about Rigoletto and not so much about what Doritos or whatever the hell it was earlier.
No, but is that not like the best group costume ever?
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the fact that you have no control over a bunch of pointy, sharp objects.
Yeah, you got spikes rolling down.
I've got friends pushing me just like the Little Prince.
I move that we spend our last 20 seconds just singing this song.
I've got that on vinyl behind me.
You've never played Katamari? It's
never.
No. So good.
I'm not a huge video game person. I have a PS4 sitting right over here, but I mostly use it to play Tony Hawk. So
Tony Hawk is another.
All right, the Tony Hawk rules.
I thought I liked you, sir. I thought I liked you.
Sorry.
You can branch out a little bit.
I can.
Do I even need to ask for your final answer in this?
It's Koyaanisqatsi Dynasty.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Katamari is correct. The chat also got that right 100%.
Anyone that gets it wrong, we're booting from the feed.
Oh, shoot. Hold on.
Forever banned.
Soundtrack.
Oh, I mean, the songs on it are banging. It's
such a good soundtrack. The remixes on Katamari Forever.
It's really cheap on Steam. You should, and it's a fun game to play. Just piss ass drunk with your friends.
Also true.
Source, I have done this several times.
I believe
I've been playing through that guy's newest game Watum, and it is weird, man.
Is it as bonkers as Katamari?
It's weird. I was a fruit that then threw a hat on top of a toilet, and then I became the toilet, and then I shook a tree. Fell into me, and then Golden Poops came out.
Were you playing a game, Eric, or were you just done with work for the day?
Have you just Were you?
It actually started work for the day.
A little bit of column mushrooms.
Yes, are you growing something in your backyard that we should know about? All right, let's move on to our last three questions of the technically correct round, shall we?
New question. Both sunfish and sunlight can protect you from rickets, a deficiency in what vitamin?
Rickety cricket.
Rickets. I believe I drank some rickets when I was on vacation last.
Rickets sounds like an STD.
Rickets is actually a sport played all across the world. It's like second in the world of soccer.
The sea is silent.
Yeah, the sea is silent. That's what it is. Yeah.
Are you?
I play a lot back home in Pakistan.
As a way to sort
I was going to say, are you just trying to is this one of those like long Pakistan cons right here?
Yeah, this. Listen, I could have worn my Pakistan cricket team shirt today. I chose not to.
All right.
And I have to message my friend on the side now and be like, is he full of shit or not?
So, yeah.
Rickets is a fun way to gatekeep people who said they went to LAN parties in the 90s.
I don't know. I know what a LAN party is.
No,
but
I like that.
What is Rickets?
That's one of my go-to lines whenever like anybody asks me, "Oh, son of a bitch."
I don't understand.
I just painted myself into a Jeopardy corner.
Oh, you think you're into StarCraft? I was so into StarCraft, I got rickets.
But yeah, whenever anybody asks, like, how'd you get so good at trivia? I'm like, there's a reason why I don't have a suntan, you know?
What is rickets?
Rickets is a deficiency in a vitamin. And I know it's not vitamin C because that's scurvy.
That's scurvy. Yeah, it's like scurvy.
It's not vitamin B because that's berry.
Scurvy was vitamin D.
It is D.
No, scurvy is C because scurvy you can stem by drinking orange juice. This is not.
Yeah, exactly. By eating limes, which is orange colored.
So
it's orange colored. It's orange colored and orange.
Oh, you're like, this is Blue Moon,
juice.
aka orange juice.
Yeah.
Or shock top is the orange on the label.
But yeah, we know that going out into the sunshine, right, causes your body to produce vitamin D.
Yeah, vitamin D.
Yeah, but what is rickets? Like, what happens to you as a human? Humans, tell me, what happens to you as humans if you get rickets?
I've never had rickets.
You feel like shit.
Great question.
Yeah. There you go.
I am
a
not
question
sure
we're posing to you, chat. If you've had rickets, go ahead and email us. We should have an email address.
Help at geekswhodrink.com. Editorial at geekswhodrink.com.
Yeah, editorial, not help, because I get the help mail and I don't need to deal with this.
Show us a picture of your rickets. Send it directly to AJ. All right.
And the answer panel.
Vitamin D.
The answer is, in fact, vitamin D. The chat also got that correct. Rickets, for the record, is the softening and weakening of bones in children, usually because of an extreme and prolonged vitamin D deficiency. That comes directly from chat.
So please do not send us pictures of children with bone weakness. That doesn't sound like a good time at all.
They just kind of like...
That's why he's rickety
running a trivia
because he's all busted up, right? I'm not very familiar with Always Sunny, but I have seen the first 4 seasons.
I love that show. Oh my God.
All right. Well, we need to not go any further down that
Can we move on from the sad topic?
Yeah, let's go with another... Oh, are you talking about It's Always Sunny, or are you talking about children with bone disease?
Both?
It could be, yeah.
Both make me happy. I don't know what we're talking about.
Let's move on.
All right. What Wolf of Wall Street star was once arrested while wearing nothing but a U of Texas bandana?
Oh, well.
Okay, so the only... star might be a generous use of the word.
Okay.
Appeared in the movie.
That is a more accurate description.
I think was he not nominated? I think he was Oscar nominated for this movie, wasn't he?
In supporting, maybe, but
sure, in supporting.
To be a star, you would be main, not supporting.
Right.
This gentleman also had some police officers phoned. He was in a certain state of completely undressed, playing some bongos in his backyard.
I honestly expected that to be the story.
It is like the best story ever. Because it was in his own backyard. I assume that someone just had a camera. They're like, guess who my neighbor is? Live feed.
That's where he grew his magic mushrooms. See, which is like that.
Honestly, you know what? Probably.
Yeah. Boy,
there are very few stories you could tell me about this person that I would be like, no, I don't believe that.
You know what? The one story you could tell me that I wouldn't believe, but it's actually true, and that's that he shills for luxury cars. I would be like, no way under the sun is that true. You are lying to my face.
Yeah,
and then they'd be like,
sometimes you just got to.
You know, I'm amazed. I did not know any of these stories about Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Jonah Hill just loves BMW.
Famous UT fan, actually. Because that's where the best parties are.
I could see Jonah Hill just nude, hitting bongos. Really,
it's weird that all the way in Australia, Margot Robbie was wearing a U of T-shirt.
In all fairness, 100% of the cast of Wolf of Wall Street, if you told me they had the cops called for playing bongos naked, I would be like,
actually, yeah,
there is no one in that movie that I would.
Isn't that what the movie's about?
Kind of.
Yeah.
And also, if you told me anyone in the movie, other than the guy that is actually the answer to this question, was running the luxury car commercial, I would also believe that. Sure. But I would not believe it if you told me it was Matthew McConaughey, who it actually is, which blows my mind.
So you can see Jonah Hill like doing a Lexus ad
before Matthew McConaughey. Absolutely,
I'd buy that. Yeah, I'd buy it
before Matthew McConaughey.
Again, it depends on which Jonah Hill we're talking about. We're talking about like
weight loss Jonah Hill,
weight loss Jonah Hill, totally
weight loss Jonah Hill. Because he wears tuxes now and like ties.
Right. And makes movies about skateboarding.
I think 21 Jump Street was that like dividing line in the Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Dude, War Dogs is a masterpiece.
All right, what is
McConaughey?
Are we going with McConaughey?
Yeah.
None of us can spell it, but we're totally
I can spell it. McConaughey.
You're looking at it right now.
I was not looking at it.
Matthew McConaughey is correct. The chat also agreed.
I was spell McConaughey in my head.
All right. Play nice, kids. How did the chat do on that one?
Chat did 100% correct on that.
There you go. They're getting better. They've learned.
Future gubernatorial nominee of Texas, Matthew McConaughey.
No, he hasn't declared a party yet.
I keep what I'm waiting for is the next season of Young Rock where they announce Matthew McConaughey as The Rock's running mate.
I don't even care. I don't care what party they're on. I would vote Rock and McConaughey every day, all day.
Well, all right.
And then I would just go like make up reasons to go visit my governor and lieutenant governor. And have them sign shit.
I'll ask you about that after the show. Like, what are some of those excuses that you've devised? For right now, I believe we have another question before
we do, in fact, have another question. Jacko Blast isn't just my Tinder login. It's also a pumpkin spiced rum sold under what brand?
Wow.
It's not where I thought it was. Starbucks get into the rum business.
Jacko Blast.
It's not what I feel like maybe someone should talk to the marketing department because Jacko Blast sounds like a fleshlight.
Jacko Blast.
I mean,
I don't even know where to go. All the jokes are
in my head and going, no, not that
one. 2 tacos for $1 deal. That gives you a Jacko
Maybe
Blast.
It's a Hitachi. The wand.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe it's a male real doll, but I'm not thinking it's a pumpkin spice rum.
Fair enough. Okay. And yet, what better night in than a Hitachi magic wand and some Jacko Blast
and a pumpkin spiced rum?
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, there are plenty of other spiced rums in the world, right? I mean,
you have to plug everything into the wall first, which I think is my favorite part about the Hitachi is that you have to plug it in.
I mean, it's like using a cordless drill. It's just, it's not powerful enough. Like sometimes you gotta have the full plugged in.
I don't know. It's just like, I mean, do you worry about electrocution?
Glass blowing.
Do you worry about being electrocuted because you've got something plugged into a full outlet? There's a lot of
so
rum brands.
When I think
Captain
about
It's Captain
spice
Morgan.
rum, probably
makes sense,
Captain
yeah.
Morgan comes immediately to mind. Yeah.
That's the one I would think.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I would say
Jack.
that.
Hang on, no. Does Jack Daniels have a rum?
They're not known
No.
for rum.
But Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right, but I mean, you know, it's a different. Like you start with different grains.
Jack makes whiskey.
Yeah. I don't
But
know why
they have like cinnamon. Y'all can go Captain Morgan. It would be my first guess. However,
there's cinnamon
I would
whiskey.
bet the house that it's Jack Daniels. Now I don't own a house, so this house that I'm betting on isn't my own. It's like
Yeah, please don't bet my house.
say it's Christopher's house.
For nuts.
All right, is
No,
Katie's bet gonna pay off?
So we're saying Captain Morgan, but betting Christopher's house that it's Jack Daniels.
Yes.
Oh,
Final answer.
Christopher, go ahead and start packing your shit up. It is, in fact, Captain Morgan.
Why would they call it Jack anything? That's
Because it's a play on Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
It was Captain Jack Morgan. He had people can be named Jack. Different people can be named Jack, Katie.
It is
I
Captain Jack
am-
Morgan, isn't it? All right.
I don't know what it is.
Henry Morgan.
there's a lot to unpack
Probably.
with
Listen,
that
Jack can be
name.
short. If Jack can be short for John, it can be short for Henry.
Now I don't remember. It's Captain Morgan Fairchild. That's who it was named for. That's the correct.
Captain
answer,
Morgan Freeman.
for sure.
That's
Not a Jack. Not a Jack.
All right. Well,
Someone
don't
in
know what
chat
the-
has just won a house in Indiana, though. I do know that. You guys can argue. over
something tells me they're going to turn that down. And with that, it's time for the end of our first round. But when we come back from this break, it's time for Technically Incorrect, where everything is fake except for this cut on my chin that I gave myself shaving yesterday. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Technically Correct. That's the name of our show. Specifically to our second round, Technically Incorrect. But before that, remember that you can check out Geeks Who Drink pub quizzes in bars across America just about every night of the week, and live online most nights as well, including Monday nights right here on Twitch. You can even hire us to do a private quiz just for you. It's not as naughty as it sounds. For more information about all that, make sure you check out geekswhodrink.com and follow us wherever you get your social media. Now, Technically Incorrect. In this round, the panel will still have 2 minutes to answer each question, but there's no more teamwork. It's everyone for themselves. That means we'll be actively trying to psych each other out. And if we psych you out too, so much the better. Yeah, we hate you, chat. We've established that. At the end of the timer, we'll all write down our answers and we will show them to you on our whiteboards to see who's right. Right now, I have no answer. But your job is the same. Answer the question in that first minute by typing it in the chat. That's exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then one of the multiple choice options we will so generously furnish you with each time. With that, AJ, why don't you start us off?
All right, our first question for Technically Incorrect. MC Hammer's nickname comes from his alleged resemblance to what baseball legend?
Interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, two of the four of us are wearing baseball caps. Let's start with Eric Cohen.
Nope.
My mistake. Naaim, you want to start us off with this one?
Yeah. In fact, Eric, isn't the Hebrew Hammer a baseball player? Or was that something else?
No.
I thought that was a
that's
movie on
just,
Comedy
that's
Central.
Just the guy you have to fix
Is
your
that the
fence.
Ben Stiller movie?
Does that have been still? I don't know.
Let's be fair. There have been Jewish Hall of Fame baseball players. As a matter
There
of
sure
fact.
have.
Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax.
Sure.
And no one else.
Steinbrenner.
Hebrew Hammer.
Yeah. Who is the Hebrew Hammer, Naaim?
That's a great question. I don't know. That thought is in my brain somewhere. I'm not sure where it's from, but I'm sure that's where MC Hammer gets his
Adam
name.
Goldberg was the Hebrew Hammer.
Oh, it was.
All right.
It wasn't Ben Stiller. It was Adam Goldberg. You were absolutely right. You don't
that
mess
makes
with the
more sense.
Zohan. Was Ben Stiller?
No, you know what Zohan was.
No, that's Adam Sandler.
That's Adam
Let's move
Sandler.
on to Katie and see if she has an answer for our baseball question.
No, it's Willie Mays. He hit all the home runs.
He did hit many home runs.
His bat like hammered the balls out of the park.
MC Hammer is from the Bay Area, so that would make sense. San Francisco.
That does. It makes it a very cromulent answer, that one. My answer is going to be good old Hammerin' Harmon Killebrew. Hall of Famer.
Minnesota Twin.
Minnesota Twin, thank you.
It sounds like something you made up.
No,
No one should write what he said.
Look him up.
Harmon Killebrew, Hall of Famer for the Minnesota Twins. That's just a fact.
Hammered the ball. Did Harmon Killebrew.
Harmon Killebrew.
Eric, did you come up with anything?
Bob Gutierrez.
Oh, he was a pitcher. He didn't hammer shit.
Their names I've never heard of.
Time is up. Hank Aaron all around. Hank Aaron all around. Everybody gets points this round, including the chat. And just, you know, a little bit of trivia for everybody. MC Hammer was actually a bat boy for the A's as a teen.
Ooh.
Yeah, I told you he was from the Bay Area. I knew that.
I didn't.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good one to start off with. I like that Katie was trying to rule me out on points because she thought I meant Aaron Boone or some shit. All right. Let's do question 12.
What film adaptation did cranky Stephen King call a big, beautiful Cadillac with no engine inside?
Wow.
And does Stephen King like any
No, he hates all of them.
Works?
He
likes the bad ones.
all of them.
Well, have there ever been any good Stephen King movie adaptations? Like,
Stand by Me. Stand by Me.
All
I think
right.
most people like Shawshank. I've never seen
Well,
it.
I mean,
Green Mile
Shawshank
was
is-
good.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Everybody does love Shawshank.
The
his
movie
appearance
is
in
recently
Creepshow.
good.
That's probably the only thing he truly enjoys. And that
Don't
was
forget
probably
he directed Maximum Overdrive.
I don't
Well,
know.
that sounds like
Nothing.
that sounds like a plausible answer to this question. But Eric, why don't we go to you and find out if you have a plausible answer to this question?
Oh my god, how did I mute my computer?
Uh-oh. Well, I can hear you.
we hear you just fine. I think he can hear us.
All right. Well, Naaim, why don't we go to you while Eric solves this?
Well, he famously hated The Shining. So that's what I have down is The Shining, which people very commonly like, and Stephen King
hated it
very
so
famously
much
hated.
that he had it remade with the guy from Wings. I remember that.
What
Not Paul
about that
McCartney, the sitcom Wings. Yeah.
What
Tony
about it
Shalhoub.
would make it beautiful? Like that
Well,
to
it's
me.
well shot. It's a pretty movie.
To me, a big beautiful Cadillac makes it sound like it's got a lot of like scenic shots, and I don't think that's going to be what you just said.
Oh, all right. Well, Katie, so
That's in a hotel.
what's your answer, Fancy Pants?
I don't have one. I'm waiting for you guys to say a
But
movie
it's in a
that
hotel.
sounds.
It's in a hotel on a mountain.
Yeah, the Overlook Hotel.
The
Come
Overlook.
on.
It's an
How did he
Overlook.
feel about Pet Cemetery? Help me give me an answer, y'all.
I do. I mean, how do I feel about it? I think it's a fine book.
How did he feel about the
How did
movie?
I see.
Yeah.
It had a Ramones song on the soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 90% chance he didn't feel anything, again, because of the mountains of cocaine he was doing.
Well, then,
All right.
how did you feel about the remake of Pet Cemetery that came out a couple of years ago?
I would say
Did
that
it have anybody from Wings?
I've seen the
Amen.
remake. I saw the remake.
I haven't seen the remake. I haven't seen either one. I'm not a horror movie person.
Oh God, I love the bad ones.
All right. Well, I'm not even sure how many answers we came up with there, but let's get ready to.
Katie says it. Naaim says Christine, and The Shining. Eric, you walk away with a free point for this one. It is in fact The Shining that he hated the adaptation of.
It's in a hotel.
I overthought it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
overthought it the
Naaim.
exact same way as Christopher did. So
I thought everyone liked.
Everything I said about him being on cocaine and hating most of the adaptations is true, but he really hated that one.
I thought
It's
that
true.
everyone liked that movie.
Everyone else did.
Except for Stephen
Everyone
King.
else loves that movie except
I
Stephen
didn't
Stanley
know that.
Kubrick.
listen, I told the exact
Obviously.
truth when I was talking. I just
Yeah, you
also
did.
thought it was Christine.
I really thought you were trying to fucking psych me out with that. Like,
And
you got in my
that's
head when you were talking about it. I was like, wait, am I wrong? No. Stick
I
to your
don't-
guns, Eric.
Chad. I'm not saying that you need to vote for Naaim, but let's just point out how masterfully Naaim played that point.
What is
That's
Christine?
exactly how the show works.
I've never even-
See, Christine's a movie about a haunted car, which is why.
Yeah.
Right,
short
exactly.
notice.
Oh.
For the record, Christine was a Plymouth and not a Cadillac, so...
Plymouth Fury, is that right?
Yeah.
A haunted car?
Yeah, now that sounds familiar.
And it's not the only book he wrote about a haunted car, so go figure.
Did chat get this, by the way?
They did. They got it 100%.
Assholes. All right. Next question.
Tell us how you really feel, Christopher. Next question. Packed with pregnancy info, thebump.com is run by the same company as what wedding site?
You know, interestingly, I remember that follow-up MC Hammer single, Pumps and a Bump, probably does not have any bearing on this question, but it's super duper weird.
Right, because the first song is about ass and the second song is about boobs.
And then in the middle, there was that song about how you have to pray just to make it today. You've got to pray, 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 pray. All right, Eric,
I have no idea what's happening right now.
I'm going to go back to him saying ass and titties.
That's Sir Mix-a-Lot. I was thinking about Sir Mix-a-Lot when I said MC Hammer. That's on me.
Well, y'all,
just to bring the entire show full circle, I do want to remind everybody that MC Hammer also did a theme song for the Addams Family.
That's right. They do what they want to do. All right.
Incredible.
Really?
So what is this wedding site, Katie? Start us off.
The Veil.
The Veil.
Like a bride's veil?
I get it.
We put two and two together.
Is it how do you say? Because it's VEIL. Does it sound like an A?
You're saying it right. Everything's fine. You have not.
Nobody has said what the fuck, which we always do when we mean it, as you know. All right, Naaim, what's your answer?
Well, I've never been married.
Oh, really?
That makes us very much in the. I think we're like the only two people in the company.
I have only been married twice. Yeah. So, as our average is fairly.
Our average is well
did you take Naaim's
wedding?
Have
you ever looked at a wedding website? Do you have a plausible answer? That's your job.
The Dress.
Thedress.com. Very good. Eric.
Say yes to.
Say yes
to. The Dress sounds pretty good.
Okay.
I got married in 2010, so we used this. This was like when this website was hot shit. I still have those bookmarks today.
And I believe the answer is thehitch.com. The Hitch.
That sounds like a pickup truck. It sounds like pickup trucks.
The Hitch, wasn't that the Will Smith movie?
Yeah. The Hitch is the website dedicated to all the film theories.
Ava Longoria, Kevin James.
All right, what are your answers, panel?
Fine romantic comedy, that one.
The not. Points all around, including the chat, 100%. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The chat got 85.71%. They were misdirected by Katie's suggestion of the Veil.
Oh, was that an option they had?
That was, in fact, an option in that.
Fuck y'all! Just kidding. We love you.
They still get the point, though, because they came
have
in.
A funeral website?
We love you, but also suck
I feel like the Veil would be a good funeral website.
Do you wear a veil at a wedding?
The Veil would also be a great emo band.
Their funeral website is called The Bucket.
That's not bad.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, kicked the.
Yeah, there we go. So we're all.
So I was like, bucket list is die. I guess die. I mean, dying's an easy one to cross off your bucket list.
That's why it's called, that's why it's called a bucket list, because it's before you kick the bucket.
I did not know that actually, but that makes sense.
Next week on Hollywood Etymology
No
Chat.
idea.
All right. AJF Let's Count. Do I need to do another one before we throw the break? Or
I honestly don't know.
Let's do another one then.
I think we've answered 3. I think we've done 3 because
we've got one more before the break. The
problem is sometimes I cross off the numbers and sometimes I forget to.
The chat suggestion for a funeral website is the Coffin, which feels accurate.
That's a little bit on the nose, though.
But it doesn't feel like the knot or the bump, right? The knot or the bump feels more like the bucket.
The 6 feet under.
Yeah, they didn't call it thewithchild.com.
The dead.
The knock. All right.
All right.
The knock.
Next question. At the top of the Leaning Tower of Pisa is a campanile, a set of 7 whats?
Okay. It could be veils again.
If veils was the answer, I would believe that you could tell me just about anything. 7 dwarfs. Actually, that's what I'm going with. 7 dwarfs. Canonically, they come in groups of 7.
I kind of like that.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me
wrong.
Notre Dame has the Hunchback, and then the Leaning Tower of Pisa has dwarves. Like, there's a difference.
I'm assuming it's several drunk Italian men flipping off tourists going like this.
Oh, it could also be the 7 brides.
I think there's more than 7 of those.
The 7 brides waiting for their 7 brothers.
I don't believe that was set in Pisa.
Neither was
Naaim,
the 7 dwarves.
You got an answer for us?
Campanile makes me think of camping. I honestly I don't even have a fake answer here. I've got nothing here. This is tents.
No, so it's like sleeping bags or like tent stakes?
Oh man, deadly sins. Things that come in groups of 7. Lots of things come in 7s. 7 Up.
7 Up.
Hot dogs in a hot dog
Take
package.
that one.
Yeah, so I mean, of course, Italian being a romance language, I think of other romance languages in camp, campus, that kind of thing. It kind of always means field, right? The Camp Nou in Barcelona. And so, but how would there be 7 field-related things unless they were like surveying sextants? And like they keep them in a case at the top, because I would think that if you were, you'd want the highest vantage point in town, so it makes sense.
I don't know what you wrote, but that's a lot of words to fit on one teeny tiny whiteboard.
Yeah, just condense it down and say 7 bat signals.
Yeah, 7 bat is exactly what I said.
Where would that man go? He's not he can only be in one place at one time. He's not Quicksilver.
Well, there was a storyline where there were multiple Batmans. It's called Batman Inc., where there's a different Batman on every country. So
Bruce Wayne has that kind of money.
Yeah. You can make robots.
All right.
Time is up. What are your answers? My milkshake brings Eric's mom to the yard. Flags, bells, and bells. That is a point each for both Eric and Christopher with bells. Chat came in at 83.33%. Also in favor of bells.
Not 7. That's on me.
You should have asked me. I'd have honestly answered that question for you and be like, no, dog, that's 6.
He's not in Texas. All right.
I can't even tell you which 6 they were. I could tell you like 4 of them with certainty. The other 2 are going to have question marks.
I can give you all 6, yeah.
We are in the home stretch, but we do have time for one more commercial break, so we'll hurry right back for the last 6 questions of Technically Incorrect. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Technically Incorrect, where nothing is real and do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Remember, don't believe a word we're saying, and in the first minute of the timer, look for the multiple choice options and type ! The word vote, a space, and then your selection. Let's do it. AJ.
All right, new question. Because tradition, each U.S. Supreme Court justice has what kind of gross receptacle by their seats?
If the answer is not glory hole, I fucking quit.
I feel like tradition is a hint to the hit Fiddler on the Roof. Tradition.
Okay, so you're going to what? Like now name an Eastern European traditional Jewish receptacle? Go
Eric,
for it.
Do you have one for
I mean, I'm just glad that someone else is making Jew jokes during this show.
I mean, is that open season? Now he's like, maybe I regret saying that. No.
Yeah, that's all. The answer is always no to that. All right. Yeah. Well, Eric, this is a time. We need Nicole. Those of you who've been watching for a while know that Nicole is not with us this evening, and she's the jurisprudence fetishist among us. But Eric, you probably know some judgy shit, right?
Wapner.
Judy.
Yeah.
Joe Brown.
Mills Lane.
Judy.
Dredd.
That was the second one I said.
Reinhold.
Of the 3
Judge
things
Reinhold?
I've said so far.
Judge Reinhold. Yep. Judge Reinhold.
Yeah. Can't forget Reinhold.
Harry Stone.
Ito.
That's one.
Katie,
Lance.
can you name we can name gross receptacles at least, I hope.
Bedpan. What else would you keep under your seat? That's my answer. I'm writing that down.
Well, that's great because a lot of Supreme Court justices are extremely old and probably
No, like sincerely, I'm writing it down. The sessions last forever.
Yeah.
And you got a limited amount of time. You got to get everything
famously,
in.
somebody was pooping. One of the justices was pooping during like a Zoom call last spring.
I guarantee you people are pooping on their Zoom calls.
Yeah, like we heard.
I'm pooping on a call right now.
Yeah.
Did I beat you to that joke?
I think I beat you to the joke.
My answer is a meat locker, by the way. I think that each justice has a walk-in like meat locker
right next to their seats. What are your answers? Bedpan, spittoon, spittoon, and spittoon. Katie, you don't get any points for this one. The correct answer is spittoon.
It was two T's.
I mean, I thought chamber pot for a second.
Spittoon's not nearly
I think
as
that we need to
gross as
give
a
Eric, by the
bedpan.
way, extra
Sure,
points
but it's still gross.
Eric needs to get an extra point for spelling it correctly. I debated that in my head. I couldn't remember.
Me too.
I went with the Saskatoon spelling. How did the chat do on that one?
66% in favor of spittoon.
Is bedpan an option?
Chamber pot, so close.
Yeah.
What? Delicious.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, basically.
That's modern.
Chamber pot
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
is not in bed with you. It's next to the bed. All right. Let's do another question.
Boring can be good, says Alan Bursett, who's on the weird federal council that rules what nation?
Okay. Wait, now hold on a second. That is definitely not how you pronounce this gentleman's name.
We have a fact checker,
Alain
not a spell
Berset.
checker.
Alain Berset is how I say that. All right.
Alanis Morissette, so it's Canada.
Yeah, it is a lot. Alain
Berset, which narrows it down to the 50 nations that speak French, right? Katie, what do you got for us?
England. They are boring as shit.
They definitely are that, and famously speak French. Eric,
What's French have to do with this?
what's that? Luxembourg. Oh, okay.
Luxembourg.
Now, Luxembourg, if anybody has a weird federal council, my bet would be that it's Luxembourg. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, I kind of narrowed it down. It's got to be Luxembourg or I would like Monaco's got weird rules and councils and shit, but
Yeah.
Monaco's also like interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Monaco's boring.
I don't think any of those places are known for being boring.
Name a fun
Luxembourg's
thing
not
to do in
exciting.
Luxembourg, Katie.
They've got that
Yeah.
castle.
A castle is not a thing to do. It's just a place you can
visit.
hang
There
out.
are castles all over the place. Nicolas Cage owned 4 at one point.
He also owned a T-Rex or it was a dinosaur head. I don't know which dinosaur it was. I think it was a T-Rex. I could be wrong about that, but he owned a dinosaur head.
How about Naaim? Why don't we check in with you? What do you got?
Why don't we not? No.
Oh, he gets it.
Yeah. I don't know. Mozambique.
They boring.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I know. Okay, I'm writing this down right now. I'm writing down the Virgin Islands because there's nothing more boring than a virgin.
Again with this. Come on.
Hold on. This is a family show.
Good gracious. We're
Oh, that's not how you spell that.
Which word did you spell wrong? Virgin or islands?
I'm not going to tell you. I don't think it's a good look either way.
Yeah, you know what? There are so many compelling answers to this one. I bet it's Canada.
Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
I mean, talking about being boring. Canada.
Belgium, Luxembourg, Estonia, and Virgin Island. Nobody except the chat gets a point this time because it is Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Oh.
I'm just going to say this.
Neutral.
Being in the middle might be the funnest of all the places.
Switzerland is way more interesting than Belgium.
Oh, for sure.
Switzerland is maybe.
You can get watches. You can get chocolate.
Belgium gave us
banks,
frites and Hercule Poirot.
And waffles. Well, Belgium gave us waffles. Yeah.
And waffles, sure.
Did he give you that? Did they give us that dog?
No, we totally should have gotten that because
Eric,
Switzerland
is the
the Confederation.
Or are you shilling for votes right now?
The Confederation.
Okay, that's weird, Eric. That's weird. I'm not okay with that.
Oh, it's Penny. Penny can just finish the show for Eric. We're done with Eric.
My cats are asleep. I can't chill like that. It's not fair.
Let's move Eric off his dog cam and do another question, shall we?
Next question, panelists. With over 500 million made, the Flying Pigeon PA-02 is a popular Chinese model of what vehicle?
Well, all right. 500 million made. Flying Pigeon. Isn't that the thing from Wacky Races?
What? You keep saying that. What does that mean?
Wacky Races?
Yeah.
It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah. Stop that pigeon. Stop that pigeon.
Did they make a car?
I don't know. Eric. No, Naaim.
Sorry. At some point, it's got to start moving.
That's right. Well, I was enjoying this silence. I'm a big
when I'm on rollerblades, I feel like I'm really flying. So that's my vehicle of choice.
You know,
I wheels. I think a vehicle.
I like that answer because China, maker of many consumer goods.
Yeah.
Of which rollerblades would be. Yeah. All right, Eric. Now you.
I mean, there's so many possible choices here. Motorcycle, bicycle, like the little taxi cab things.
Rickshaws? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is this not asking for a car manufacturer?
No, it's a model of what vehicle? This is another.
I think it's asking for a type of vehicle.
Did you just write like... What, Jaguar down or something?
I wrote definitely not Ford or Dodge. Which is going to be correct if it's not looking for a car.
Why would you think Ford or Dodge would sell well in China?
I said definitely not Ford or Dodge.
Yeah, all right.
Which would have been very technically correct. Actually, I should leave that.
Yeah, just the whole three people.
It's wrong round. That's technically incorrect.
Actually, I'm going right back to that because that is technically correct.
Well, what do you want to say out loud, Katie? Oh, no. I need to qualify that better. What plausible answer to this question do you have that you'd like to say out loud, Katie?
I'm still sticking with definitely not Ford or Dodge.
All right, so she refuses. Duly noted.
I don't know.
All right, time is up, panelists. What are your answers?
Kind of vehicle.
Definitely not Ford or Dodge. Rickshaw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is a point each for Eric and Christopher once again with bicycle.
And bicycle is definitely not Ford or Dodge. So.
I overthought it. Eric got me on that one.
I mean, 500 million.
I just named a whole bunch of
vehicles. A lot, yeah.
500 million would be a lot of rickshaws.
Which are used very commonly in the two most populous nations in the world.
Yeah.
What is a rickshaw?
I lived in New Delhi, India for a year, and I once saw a bunch of monkeys roll a rickshaw. Like, literally roll it.
Incredible.
What is a rickshaw?
I hereby move that we suspend the rest of our question answering and just listen to more stories of AJ's time in New Delhi.
AJ?
Sorry, I thought it was AJ. Was somebody's mouth moving on my screen?
No, it was AJ.
We sound so similar.
What are you talking about now? I'll be honest, I wasn't listening.
I did write rickshaw. I said there's 500 million people. There could be 500 million rickshaws between India and China.
I know you spoke. I wasn't processing the words. No offense. A very important
Katie
human.
just visited her backyard, and now she's just... Okay.
Before we move on to the next question, chat did not get a point for that one because they were torn 50-50 between motorcycle and bicycle.
Nice.
Did anyone say Ford or Dodge?
Probably not.
I didn't either. I said not Ford or Dodge.
Our next question, panelists. After cigarettes, natch. The second leading cause of lung cancer is what odorless noble gas?
Interesting. All right. Second leading cause of lung cancer.
Prince Henry's fart.
Let's start with that. What?
It's a noble gas.
I see. Okay. So you're just that's how far you got. Okay.
I guess, but Harry isn't a royal anymore.
I was hoping for some kind of really long shaggy dog story. I'm a little bit let down. Naaim, what do you got?
Just a fart joke.
Noble gases. Those are the ones on the right side or the left side?
Right side.
Right side.
Right side.
Right side, yeah.
All right. So helium is one.
Sure.
Neon, argon, xenon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So one of those definitely is what I've written. I'm bad at periodic table. So helium was the first one that came to my brain because it's on the correct side.
Is carbon all the way to the right? I feel like it's oxygen, carbon.
Neither of those things is all the way.
I mean, it's on the right-hand side if you divided a line down the middle of it.
Yeah.
I think oxygen is 8 and carbon is 6. That's about as far as I get.
And the devil is 6 and God is 5.
And the devil wears Prada.
Everything. No, all right.
Pixies and Violent Femmes. We combined them. That'd be a great mashup.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Eric,
Eric, what do you
know
got?
them.
What do you got for this? What do you got for this question? Perfect. I like the idea that it's helium. Like all those times when we were growing up and we sucked the helium
balloons.
Does
Does
Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey have a high incidence of lung cancer amongst their clowns?
Just amongst their elephants.
No, but it's the clowns that would be sucking balloons, much like they would be blowing glass or participating in a glory hole.
Clowns don't suck balloons; they blow them up. There's a difference.
So you suck it right out. You blow it up. You suck it. If you blow, you suck.
Do you think they reuse their balloons?
Maybe
They're not condoms.
I was gonna say.
Cheapskate ass clown.
What are your answers, panelists? Radon. I don't even. Radon, neon, and Katie's gibberish once again. That is points for Christopher and Eric with radon.
We are housing you guys.
I have no idea.
Well, how about the
Not
chat?
the science guy.
The chat got that 100%.
Naaim, you got us as far as they all end with on. And
on.
Like the one super dangerous one that everybody knows about because,
Totally slipped my mind that radon even exists.
There you
math.
go.
Give me math. Math, I'm great. Science, barely pass.
My degrees are in statistics and finance.
Yeah.
Well, how adorable.
My degree's in communications. But I almost did a math degree.
All right. More questions.
We are to our penultimate question.
All right, good. No, I'm not anxious to be done. I like it.
All right.
It comes from the Latin pine, meaning almost, and ultimus, meaning last.
He's got to go Jack-a-blast. Let's get this thing over with.
All right. What rock and roll grandpa sang the original theme song for the Magic School Bus TV show?
By the way, that's also where we get peninsula. Pine, almost. Insula, island. There you go. It's almost an island. All right. But to this question, rock and roll, everybody who ever did rock and roll is a grandpa now, so that doesn't help us much, does it?
Yeah.
Did someone who's famously got a son that also does rock and roll?
Or a grandson who also does rock and roll.
Or a grandson, yeah. We'd have grandpa right there in the...
well, there goes Bob Dylan, because he does famously have a son that does rock and roll. Well, I guess Bob Dylan's folk.
All right. Eric Kohen, you've got a lot of records behind you. You probably know this one.
I do. Yeah. I can't... In my brain now, all I'm hearing is Brian Posehn's song Grandpa Metal. In which he talks about how all metal that's being currently produced sucks, and that it's only metal from the 80s that is good metal.
80s music in general
to that song, nor entire album. It's fucking fantastic. Brian Posehn, Grandpa Metal.
Is it Posehn, not Posen?
I can't think of anything other than that right now.
I can't speak.
All right. Naaim, what do you got for us?
Now, Brian Posehn just made me think of Steve Agee, who played his partner on the Sarah Silverman program.
Yeah.
And that's all that's in my head, thanks to Eric.
Right. And that was a great show.
Yeah, it was a great show. A lot of great writers came out of that show. Dan Harmon came out of that show.
Fortunately for me, what's stuck in my head right now is the theme song from the Magic School Bus.
I don't know that song.
And I believe it was sung by the same guy who sang The Magic Bus, right? Makes sense. And that's Roger Daltrey.
That doesn't make sense at all. It's Willie Nelson. Everyone write down Willie Nelson. You should trust me. I always know the answer.
Well, we've come to the end of our time to really debate it. So I guess we got short answers. I like my answer because it's plausible. I also think it's pretty much not true. And I actually don't know what it is.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah. No idea.
Willie Nelson, Paul McCartney, Daltrey, and a question mark. All of you are incorrect. Chad got this right 100%. It is Little Richard.
Oh, shit!
Grandpa? That's not his nick. He has an actual nickname. He's like architect of rock and roll or something like that. He's got a nickname, and it's not Grandpa.
Not really, but no, like I can hear the song in my head,
How hard
and
up for
it's
cash
not.
was he when he did that?
Maybe he just really
not
it was for the
something.
kids, for the children.
Well, I think
Little Richard
Grandpa.
has never done anything except for Little Richard.
I know Ziggy Marley did the theme to Arthur.
To Arthur, that's right.
When you
Yeah.
say rock and roll Grandpa, I close my eyes and I go, okay, who's at Cracker Barrel right now? Willie Nelson.
No, Willie Nelson's actually probably playing bongos naked in Matthew McConaughey's
I
backyard.
do not want to see that.
Probably,
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Well, we
Thank
have
you.
one more question to go, so
Thank you.
I can think of no reason not to dispense with the pleasantries. AJ, what do we got?
If you call someone Calipigian, that means you like what part of their body?
Wacky races. Calipigian. All right.
So it's not asking. Wait.
Yeah, so just basically the word calipigian means that you're a fan of what body part, right? Well, actually, I guess it means that the person has a.
I hope the answer is nipple or sphincter. Just because I want to hear the conversation. That is a nice sphincter you got.
Okay, nipple or sphincter. Do you have a favorite of those two?
Yeah, sphincter.
Okay, good. Sure.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, Naaim.
Word.
Calipigian makes me think of Calypso.
Oh,
So like, like do. So ears. I'm going ears. I don't know why.
because-
Calypso made like earrings, maybe.
I actually think I
Well,
do know
to
the
listen
answer
to-
to this.
to listen to calypso music, you need
You
ears.
need your ears. You need your ears to listen.
That's for sure. Yeah.
It's hand.
To play the Calypso beat.
Why?
Calligraphy.
Oh, yeah. That's a very good answer. Okay, that's probably.
I know it is. That's what I'm writing down.
Yeah. All right. Eric, what
This
do
is
you got?
famously Rubens, right? Most associated
Paul
with this
Rubens,
art.
Sure.
Yeah, right? Peter,
Yeah. Mhm.
Peter Paul Rubens.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Curvy women.
Isn't that Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman.
It's basically the Renaissance equivalent of thick with two C's.
Sure. Yeah. So, but now you've got to narrow that down to a part of the body. Are we thinking what, like
Oh, the thick parts.
like hips, like thighs? Like
My hips don't lie.
What are we working with here?
Hips don't lie. Shakira's might. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Have they been sworn in?
All right.
Well, that's all the time we have for Katie's dad jokes.
What are your answers?
I had
Legs,
ass written down
thigh,
first, and then I
hands,
just
and
changed it.
ass.
It was ass.
It in fact was ass, but is the
Yes.
answer.
Damn it, Christopher! You totally second me. I had ass down, and then he said thigh, and I was like, I wonder if it's more thigh.
Would
than
you
ass.
have accepted sphincter? That is very near the ass.
No.
No.
So is the
No.
thigh, for what it's worth.
No.
The
Legs and
sphincter is
ass.
like the
I was looking forward to that.
bullseye.
The chat also went with legs at 57%, so they did not get that one correct.
Thanks,
I
chat.
like
we're
that. I'm
kindred
the
spirits me
only-
in the chat here.
The sphincter is within the ass, chat says.
The only classy guy who's also an ass guy, apparently, in this whole endeavor tonight. All right.
Ass and ass.
I am definitely not an ass guy.
Do you read about Ass in the New Yorker, Christopher?
That's exactly right. The other day I saw a kind of pigeon last going down Fifth Avenue. All right. Holy shit, what's even happening now? With that, we've come almost all the way to the end of the show. All that's left to do is for you, the audience, to tell us who won. Type exclamation point, the word vote, a space, and then the first name of the person who you thought did the best job tonight. You know, whatever that means to you. We trust you. But before you do that, we should probably find out, AJ, which one of us scored highest during the technically incorrect
This doesn't matter.
round.
This does not matter. It has no bearing on anything.
I think I know the answer to this question.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
the audience topped out at 8 points tonight for technically incorrect.
I feel like that's all
Good.
that matters.
Naaim got 3. Katie got 2.
Really?
And we have a 2-way tie between Eric and Christopher with 7 each.
I thought I passed him with the ass thing.
I thought you passed me with the ass thing too.
Hang on. What two
Once
did I get right?
again, it doesn't matter necessarily who scored the most points. You can vote for whoever you want
It doesn't
to.
matter at all. people.
Just give
new
yourself
guy.
plenty of time to type all 12 letters of Christopher.
Vote for the person with the pinkest hair. I even did my roots for you guys.
Anyway, with that,
Just for you.
is it 11? I'm going to have to count the letters in my name, and we'll come right back after this break and
Only
find out how many
5
there
and
were.
Katie.
See
Only
you then.
5.
5 and 9.
5.
And forget about Eric. Don't even worry about Eric.
Eric doesn't
That's
count.
Not even
Eric
a
All right, everybody, before we finish cleaning everything up, sphincters and whatnot, remember that the fun doesn't stop when we reveal our winner. You can see everything else we're up to at geekswhodrink.com and or by following us on Facebook and Twitter and Insta and everything. Again, we're in actual bars nationwide. You should come visit us at one of them sometime. It's a great, great, great time.
Or if you own a bar, hire us.
Or that too. And for God's sake, subscribe to our channel before you leave too. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's find out who our winner was. AJ?
Well, we had 4 panelists tonight. Coming in with 0 votes was Christopher.
It was too long to type, Christopher. It's fine. It's too long to type.
I blew it by
Coming in.
I don't like this thing where we're gonna say like how many votes you didn't get. I'm not okay with it.
Christopher, if you'd said 11 letters, people would have been more likely.
who
But
is
12 is way too many.
Who was the second least popular person tonight?
The third place with 0 votes was Katie.
The fuck is up with you people? I take all the nice things I never said about
Maybe
you
let's
back.
just skip to the winner.
And our winner with 7 votes this evening was Naaim. You win.
my goodness, this is fantastic. First time
I feel
winner.
like I'm okay with 0 if 7 was the high watermark. It'd have been a lot worse if we're like, and with 1,500 votes, I'm like,
Yeah, right.
A lot of people were just like, yeah, fuck all those guys. I like that. That is the correct answer.
way more comfortable.
Anyway, thanks for watching as always. I don't even know who's on the show next week, but make sure you come back and we will find out who is technically correct. Thanks, everybody.
Technically correct, together forever, yeah. Technically correct, no matter the weather, yeah. Technically correct, birds of a feather, and I got a new obsession with you. Technically correct with you.
Technically Correct was filmed in front of a live internet audience.